This is a Powermatic 5 Plus review and what it has. This Powermatic 5 Plus makes approximately 70 cigarettes in 20 minutes, and it auto injects the cigarettes tubes if you hold down the start button down for 2 seconds, and it'll say auto on the screen, and then you push start again, and the filters you put on top of here, it'll inject them automatically. But sometimes the filters will get stuck here, and you have to keep watching the machine and take them out, or else the next filter will go in and get stuck and stop the process of putting in the cigarettes and get stuck in there. And to unjam the machine, it comes with a pick, and you have to undo all the tobacco that gets stuck in the injector, because either it's too fine or it's too wet, and it becomes a jam in there, and you need to unjam it. And what you do is pick it with the thing, and so you undo all the tobacco that's compacted, either because it's too fine, like crumbs, or too wet. And then you try to unjam it till it says hopper here, and it'll inject all the tobacco out into the tray. But for best practice, what you want to do is, after the hopper section of the machine, the process, because that's a hopper section that will automatically clean it. After you do cigarettes, make sure you use the hopper section to clean out all the tobacco, so you don't see any tobacco coming out of the injector every time you use your machine. And once in a while, put the tools that come with your machine, the pick, the metal pick, this cleaning tool, and this thing to help take out all the stuff when it gets unjammed. After you use the pick, you put in the pick and undo it, and then once all the stuff comes out, and to get all the finer stuff, you put in the brush and you spin it, and to clean anything that's stuck in there. And what I have tried to do is use canned air and spray it into the injector to get all the little crumbs out. And it sprays everything from the injector to the little machine inside out. Then I spray inside here in the groove to clean that stuff out. And what I figured out, if you're having problems with filters not filling up completely in the injector, since it's like a half moon, it'll compact the tobacco in there, and in the end, it'll build up tobacco, moist tobacco. And what you're gonna have to try to do is start the machine, and try to get the injector out all the way as possible to the end, where on the bottom of the half moon is out, and then flip the machine upside down, and with the metal pick, there's going to be residue at the end, because where the notches and the injector where it's holding, there's going to be a residue, and it'll only compact partial of the tobacco here. and not this part. So you won't be getting, when you put in the filter, it'll be basically here, and this full of it'll be basically here, and this part will be full of the crud of the tobacco. You have to pick it out. And if you want to make hundreds, all you have to do is lift this up. You lift this up here like this. This just lifts up, and you stick in a 100 tube into the machine, like that, and it becomes a Powermatic 4. And people say that it won't fill it up correctly, and that's because the injector is full of crud and they're not completing the tube all the way to the end. But if the injector is clean, it will fill hundreds. But you have to lift this up and do it manually. Because if you notice that when you do hundreds, the tip of the cigarette, it'll be some left over. So that's what it's going to fill on the hundreds. And as you can see, that's the tobacco I use. I use Red River tobacco. And now I see that basically any tubes are good. You buy cheaper tubes, it'll waste a little bit more because they're thinner, but they all come out to the same price. You buy thicker tube paper, they'll probably bend less and it'll last. You waste less, but it's the same price. You still end up wasting the same. But the reason they bend and you waste them is because when you load them in the machine, you squeeze this part. And when the injector here, the thing that's pushing the tube, pushes it, it'll push them, and it'll bend it. So you have to try not to grab the white part, because when it's pushing it, it has to be firm enough so it could actually push it into here, to the injector. And that's why it'll bend and it'll just rip off the machine. So what I do, I grab them from the brown part. Grab from the brown part and just softly load them into the machine. But see, I'm not paying attention. See, like this one, I grabbed it and got bent. And when you push it down, see, it bends more. But you're supposed to try to grab one from the end. It's hard doing it because I have the camera on the... And then you open this up. And you want to sprinkle the tobacco. Make sure there's no sticks in there. Take the sticks out. And lightly tap it. And like I said, you hold it for 2 seconds. And it'll say auto here, so auto, AUTO. Then you push start. jammed because I put the can backwards of the air, and it was wet. But I'll start. See, like this one without stuff. How much are you supposed to wait till it dries? I'll start it back up. Because moisture back will up the machine. This spray is like water. You can put it down and it's like water. Yeah, and this machine before was not making them to the end. Now they're all the way to the end. I had to unjam the machine.